Hi, I'm Barbara McRae, and this is Littleton Common. Welcome to spring. The weather is really turning around, and we can expect warmer weather anytime. After the ice storm we had in December, I'm a little nervous about what can happen in June or July. But no, it will be a great summer, right? There are some special treats at the Senior Center this month. Senior Center. Does that sound better than Council on Aging? Who wants to be reminded they are aging, right? That's what we find here at the Council on Aging. Most of us don't want to be called seniors or told we are aging, just like so many women do not want to be called ma'am. But who cares what we are called as long as we are still here and enjoying each day? You can share some of your day with us here at the Senior Center. We have something going on every day, and if you want us to do a program you think is of interest to others, then tell us, and we'll try to pull it together. Anyway, back to what is happening or has happened recently. I have to mention that the thrift shop had a fashion show in March, and if you weren't there, you missed a good time. We had 26 spring outfits to show you, and they were beautiful. So were our models. In fact, they had so much fun, we are planning another show sometime in the fall. And that's just to show off the winter collection. Collection. Didn't that sound professional? Well, if you saw what we had, you would say that too. And thank you to all who participated in this show and those who helped pull it together. I have to say that Nancy Friday, Marie Mayer, and Tina Maeder came in on a Saturday to help me dress mannequins, and Nancy's husband made a beautiful fruit platter for the dessert table. Yes, we had snacks and punch, and that was for our audience. The thrift will be closed 1 week so we can pull all of those beautiful summer clothes and put them out on the racks, you know, for the summertime and you to come in and buy. I'm looking forward to taking the winter things away, aren't you? The Littleton Senior Citizens Club meeting is a meeting and an election of officers on April 13th, and that'll be 1:30 in the Senior Diner. There are quite a few members of this club, and is it because they are called seniors and not Council on Aging? Sorry, but I'm looking for answers. Every Tuesday night you can head over to the Congregational Church on King Street for a neighborhood supper. There is no charge, and it's a nice warm meal and a great place to make new friends or chat with your old friends. You can even bring a friend. The Senior Diner is another place to have a nice meal with friends. And here is Gail Dalton to tell you more about that. Gail?
Hi, Barbara. This is what's happening in the Littleton Senior Diner for the month of April. The ladies' breakfast will be April 9th. The men's breakfast will be April 15th, and that's also tax day, so remember to get your taxes all done. The lighting department will be holding their annual spring fling at the Russell School. That is going to be April 22nd, and the sign-up sheet is upstairs at the COA, so do not call me or come in here looking for tickets, because it got too confusing the past couple of years with both Carolyn and I having two sign-up sheets, and the lighting department said only one sign-up sheet. And what we decided to do every month now, Barbara and I had a great idea that Barbara has put together this great basket, and we're going to raffle it off every month on a special day where I am going to be making a meal. So for the month of April, we're having it on April 24th, and I'm making lasagna. It's going to be an Italian theme, just like the basket. It's all spaghetti and sauces and Parmesan cheese. In order to win this, you have to eat here in the diner, whether it's the men's breakfast or the women's breakfast, or here Monday through Friday. You can't just come in and sign 5 chances and throw them in. Every time you eat, you can only get 1 chance. As you can see, some people are putting in the chances every day they come in to eat. So a lot of people have their name in here about 10, 15 times. So on the 24th, we'll be doing that, and the donation for that meal will be $5. And I'm hoping that everyone comes and enjoys and has a great time, and we pick the name, and every month we're going to be doing this. So every month there's going to be a different theme. a different meal, and the basket's going to kind of, correlate with the meal. So I hope to see everybody in the diner in the month of April.
Thank you, Gail. Tamara Bedard from Neshoba Nursing will be at the diner to take your blood pressure on April 14th at 11 o'clock in the morning until noon. There also will be a nutrition session on April 14th at the Senior Diner. Peg McCole, Healthy Aging Director with Minuteman Senior Services, will speak on the latest recommendations for vital nutrients. Tina Maeder's Living Alone Support Group will meet on Thursday, April 16th at 10:30 a.m. They have been discussing astrology, and that might be a fun day. So call Tina at 486-0183 and let her know you're coming. The 29th Annual Senior Conference will be held Thursday, April 23rd at the Assabet Valley Regional School in Marlborough, and that's from 9 in the morning to 3 p.m. You must call our office at 952-2362 to get your ticket. A few of you have attended this conference each year, and you've enjoyed it. Our senator will be there, and maybe you'll learn something or can give them some ideas. So call if you'd like to attend. Again, 952-2362. The Council on Aging will be sponsoring a seminar on Tuesday, April 7th at 10 in the morning. The guest speaker is Ted Dukas of New York Life Insurance Company is there. Ted works with seniors all over Massachusetts, and that's on a variety of issues. And some are, let me read this for you, nursing homes and Medicaid, transferring assets, trusts, long-term care insurance, estate taxes, gifting, and all the pros and cons, the laws. So call 952-2362 to sign up for this seminar. Every year the Garden Club members get together and they plan Arbor Day for the children. And this year on April 17th, the Garden Club will be at the school with trees that are given to them so that they can plant and plan this Arbor Day activity. And this goes to prove that summer is coming, and thanks to interested parties, Park and Rec will be offering discount stickers to senior citizens for Long Lake this year. The cost is $37.50, and tickets are on sale now. Indian Hill is offering some great programs this month, so let's hear about them from Evanthea Velakis. Hi, Evanthea.
Hi, Barbara, and welcome to Indian Hill Music, where we have many, many wonderful programs going on in April for you. Beginning with the Battle of the Bands, which is our annual battle where teen bands come in and win prizes. And that is Friday, April 3rd from 7 to 10 p.m. here at 36 King Street. So give us a call, 486-9524, to find out about the annual Battle of the Bands happening here. On April 4th, Saturday at 7:30 p.m., also here at 36 King Street, we have a program called Sacred Grounds, Sacred Sounds. It's a multimedia journey through the Père Lachaise Cemetery in Paris with photographs by Susan Wilson and musicians playing music from the famous residents of that cemetery, and that goes from Chopin to Bizet to Edith Piaf and even Jim Morrison. So that's going to be a really interesting multimedia show here at Indian Hill on April 4th. So give us a call or check indianhillmusic.org for details. On Friday, April 10, we have our Acoustic Cafe for adult musicians. You just come on down and play and sing and do whatever you do. Find out about that, more about that here in April. And Box Lunch this month, we're going to have two shows. It will be Thursday, April 16 and Friday, April 17, both starting at noon. And soprano Mary Crow will be on hand to sing American songs for you. Okay, so that's Box Lunch, two shows this month. Orchestra of Indian Hill, our season finale coming up on Saturday, April 18 at 7:30 over at Littleton High School. It's going to be a great show. Bruce Hangen's got Ravel's Bolero, a a very favorite piece of many people, along with Walton's Concerto for Viola and a couple of other pieces. So you won't want to miss that. Call us at 486-9524 or go online for details for Orchestra of Indian Hill season finale, Saturday, April 18. And looking ahead to next season for the orchestra, if you're interested in finding out what we have in store, conductor Bruce Hangen will be doing an exclusive season preview on Sunday, April 26th at 3 p.m. here at Indian Hill. So come on down on the 26th and listen to Maestro Hangen give us his preview of what's coming up next season for Orchestra of Indian Hill. And there's even more than what I've just mentioned. So again, check us out online or give us a call, and we'll see you here at Indian Hill.
Thank you. The Friends of the Council on Aging is trying to find programs and projects that will keep you busy and healthy. Right now, we are looking for someone who could teach women how to play pool. Our pool table is sitting there waiting to be used. Some women have expressed interest, and also some men who want to learn. If you have the time and you want to teach a class or two, please call us at 952-2362, and we will set up a time. Ron Raffey called to tell me that the Deputy Sheriff's Association would like to put on a free spaghetti dinner for our seniors, and how great is that? This dinner will be held at 5 p.m. on April 29th at the Senior Diner here on Shattuck Street. We will be able to serve 50 or a few more, so you have to sign up by calling 952-2362 to get a seat. Thank you, Ron Raffey and the Middlesex County Deputy Sheriff's Department for thinking of us. The Senior Citizen Property Tax Work-Off Abatement Program sign-up will be June 1st, 2009 to June 30th, 2009, and that's Monday through Friday, 9 to 3 p.m., 9 a.m. in the morning, 3 p.m. And you must sign up in person, please. This is not an automatic enrollment. Many seniors take advantage of this program and work in many of the town departments. So why don't you call our council office at 952-2362 and find out more about how you fit in. Tony Jasinski, our friendly tax guy, is here, and he's here to help you file your taxes. He is very helpful, and everyone who has come to see him has appreciated his assistance. This is free, and if you are a senior and low-income taxpayer, Tony will help you with your federal and state forms. Thank you, Tony Jasinski. This is the last month to go to the Hygiene Clinic of Middlesex Community College and have your teeth cleaned for only $15. We know how expensive our teeth can be, so keep them healthy and call in for an appointment. You won't be able to have another chance until September, so call now and call 978-636-3250. I'm sorry, that's 656-3250. On April 10th, there will be a Good Friday walk to start on the Harvard Common. You will begin between 7:30 in the morning and 12:30 p.m. The walk benefits Loaves and Fishes, which is the food pantry at Devon's, and also Sharing Incorporated, which provides aid to children in the poorer counties in the South. You can get a sponsor sheet at the library or your church, or download it on the Loaves and Fishes website, www.devonspantry.org, or call 486-8553. I'm having a little trouble with numbers today, so please excuse me, and that's 8557. Loaves and Fishes also needs donations of food, and these can be brought to Donlands in Groton or Littleton, Shaw's in Groton, your church or bank. Call 978-772-4627 for more information. Now let's hear from Lynn Lyford and news from the New England Forestry Foundation at Prouty Woods. Hi, Lynn.
Thank you, Barbara. One of NEF's chief interests is to conserve forest land, and this is important for a whole host of environmental reasons. Forests absorb carbon dioxide. They naturally filter water. They also store great quantities of water. Not to mention that they provide habitat for animals, and they're a great place for all of us to recreate. In the United States, forests absorb between 10 and 13% of all the carbon dioxide that is emitted. Now, NEF conserves forests. We do this by forests that are donated to us. Sometimes we'll purchase land. And we also hold what's called conservation easements. These are agreements where a landowner will surrender the right to develop the land that they own. And NEF holds conservation easements, as does all land trusts, such as the Littleton Conservation Trust, or the Stowe Land Trust, or Sudbury Valley Trustees. Many land trusts hold conservation easements and own land. Our concern, though, that to conserve land oftentimes takes place one transaction at a time. And at the current pace, this may not provide the green infrastructure that's needed for future generations. So we've come forward with an idea, what we're calling our aggregation project. And the idea here is simple, that we will bundle the projects of land trusts throughout New England and amass size. And with that size, we hope that perhaps we can access federal funds or attract the interests of national foundations and other individuals. We don't know if this can be done, but we're going to try, and we'll keep you posted. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Lynn. On April 28th, the Explorers Club is returning to the Icon Museum in Clinton. Everyone enjoyed the last trip there, and there are new exhibits. So if you missed it last time, come on down. Call Barbara Cam at 486-4360 to save a seat in the van. You'll leave at 10:15 and return around 2:30. Lunch will be on your own at a local restaurant. But listen, if you want to go and you want to drive yourself, call Barbara anyway and let her know. April 15th, the bus leaves for Foxwood Casino, and the price for that is $27. Call Mary Eichler at 978-486-0725 and join the fun. There is a group called the Littleton Track Organization, and this committee is looking for funding to build a new track. Cindy Heitmeyer will explain more about that. Hi, Cindy.
Thank you very much, Barbara. My name is Cindy Heitmeyer, and I'm part of the Littleton Track Organization. And the Littleton Track Organization formed this fall. It was a group of concerned residents of Littleton that came together with the goal of having a new track here in Littleton. The current track that we have is 30 years old. It was built back in 1979, and the way that we got our current track is also a group of concerned citizens came together back in 1978, and they worked together and came to the town with a proposal for a track facility that was funded at the May 1979 town meeting. And while the track that we have now was very much used over the years, it was a great resource, it has, because of the years that have passed, come into a state of disrepair, and it has very serious issues with cracking and heaving, and the field event areas are very deteriorated. And we do have a website, www.littletontrack.org, that has a number of pictures of the track. So if you're not familiar with it, you can go there and take a look at the condition of the track. And we've come together and we feel like it's a great community project, because not only would students benefit from it that run on the track team, and also the schools use the track, and Park and Rec uses the track, but a lot of residents in our town use the track, people of all ages, from young children to middle-aged to seniors. And so we really feel if we all come together that we could have a great community asset here in Littleton with having a safe track. And what our organization has been doing is trying to talk with all kinds of groups in town. We've met with or given presentations to the school committee, the Board of Selectmen, the Finance Committee, the PMBC. We're going to be presenting to the Rotary Club. We've met with Park and Recreation, LYSA, and just numerous groups in town. And so we're really trying to get the word out and to get everyone behind this project so that we can move forward. Our most immediate goal is for this May we are trying to obtain funding at the Maytown meeting for a feasibility study. The feasibility study would allow us to move forward in looking at the different issues that need to be addressed in designing it, and really get some definite costs and plans for the track. And so we're hoping that we will have the support of the town for that. We are having an engineer who will be speaking with us and answering any questions people have about the process. He's coming to the town at no cost to the town, so that we can really get the information we need to understand this process. And it's something that our town has pulled together to do 30 years ago, and now because of the safety issues that exist, and it's really difficult for the team to train there. Their home meets, almost all of them are moved to away locations because other teams don't want to come here because of the safety issues. And so it is a concern, something we feel like we as a town can address, and we're working very hard to look at all kinds of different options for fundraising and different sources for funding. We're currently in the process of planning a road race that we hope to host this fall, with all the proceeds of that road race going to the track fund. And so we have a great group of concerned citizens that are working hard together, and would just ask anyone who is interested in this issue and would like to help us to please feel free to contact us through the website, and that would put you in touch with us, and we would love to get you involved in the process and working with us on this.
Thank you, Cindy. The Light and Water Department is ready for its annual Spring Fling. Now, who doesn't love this luncheon? It is usually attended by a full house. This year, it's on April 22nd at the Russell Street School. And Indian Hill will be providing the entertainment, and it'll be sponsored by the Littleton Arts Cultural Grant. If you want to be there to enjoy the fun, you must call 952-2362 to make a reservation. Don't be left out of this spring day. Stay with us now for today's guests. Joanne McCole, who is the educator of the home health staff at Life Care of Neshoba Valley. Margaret Perras, who is in charge of marketing for River Court Residences in Groton. And our very own Tina Maeder, Outreach Coordinator here at the Littleton Council on Aging. Today my guests are Joanne McCole, who's the educator of home health aides at Life Care of Neshoba Valley on Foster Street in Littleton. And I also have Margaret Perras, who is in charge of marketing for River Court residents in Groton. And our very own Tina Maeder, the outreach worker or outreach coordinator here at the Littleton Council on Aging. And I'm so happy to have you here today, ladies. And we're going to talk about this Littleton Provider Group, okay? But I want you to tell me more about it. What do they actually do?
Well, it was a group that recently started up again, and it's area providers from people from assisted livings. Emerson Hospital has a representative that comes, private geriatric care managers, elder care attorneys, and basically it's a group of people, as well as Council on Agings. We're getting together to really look closely at the needs of elders in our community. You know, we all work for our separate agencies and don't always have the opportunity to get together to network, to really closely look at what are the trends, what are we seeing, how can we help each other as agencies serve the elders better in the community.
So how long has this been going on? I mean,
In our first meeting yesterday. Brand new group. We had this group probably, I'm going to say 6 years ago. There was a group, and then all of us with work and other meetings that were in the area really just kind of got inundated, and it stopped meeting. And we really felt that we have other meetings we go to that are much larger, and we don't always get to touch base for really what our community in the immediate Littleton area really needs.
So this is what focused you on starting now again?
Yes.
And it sounds like there's an awful lot of people that could be involved in this, and things that you could do to help the seniors. As Tina knows, we're very, there wanting to help the seniors in any way that we can. So how would they find out this information? Where would they go? I mean, do they go to Council on Aging? Do they go to you or Margaret?
Yeah, I think Council on Agings are a great place to get any information at all, really about how to get in touch with any of the agencies that serve elders in your community. The Council on Aging would be just a wonderful resource, a place to start. The Littleton Provider Group, they could certainly contact me if there's somebody that provides care for elders in the community. They could contact me at Life Care Center of Neshoba Valley at 978-486-3512, extension 742. If they want to know more about when the group meets, if there's somebody that's really interested in contributing to that. Really we're trying to figure out now, what do we need, how can we help each other, because the climate's changing a lot out there, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it really is, and you're going to have more seniors pretty soon. And right now, of course, our concern is Littleton. I know you're probably doing this in many towns, right? But Littleton, because we're getting more seniors that are moving here. And a lot of them actually are moving in with their families too, and the families are saying to us, "What do I do? I need this, I need that." So this sounds like something they would want to learn more about.
Yeah, one of the things that came up yesterday was that it's a much frailer elder who is looking for services. Where I've been working with seniors for, I can't believe, 20 years probably, or more. And yesterday I was saying, I'm now eligible for the benefits, and it probably will be working till I'm 80. But that actually is a trend that you see, is that it's a much frailer elder looking for services. They're sicker, they're frailer, and the families are very, very, very scattered on how to fix it and make it work. So that they need a lot of resources. It's not really just, do they need private home care? They need more. They need rehab, they need physicians, and you mentioned them moving into the area. One of the big things that I see is changing physicians is huge. And closed medical practices.
That's true, because they probably have been used to a doctor that they had, and now they have to come someplace else. They don't know where to go. I can understand that would be a problem for them. And I'm meeting seniors too that even though they're living with their family, they still want to be a little independent and find out all of those things themselves. Or someone in the family is coming and saying, my parent is with me, what do I do now? What I need this for them, I need that for them. How many people are in the group with you right now?
Right now I probably have about 25 people on the mailing list, emailing list nowadays. And we had about 12 folks come yesterday. So I'm hoping that the meeting won't get too much bigger than that, because I really want to focus on the immediate needs of our community. All of us belong to a greater Concord provider meeting that really covers about 11 different towns, and that's a very large meeting. You usually have about 35 people. We don't get to just focus on our immediate community, which we really need to. We find that people, especially during crisis, don't know what to do, don't know what to utilize, and it's the only time that they look at what's out there. And you really need to know what's out there before the crisis happens. So we're hoping to do that too, to be able to reach out to the community, to give education to elders, the children of elders. This is what's available. This is how to advocate for what you can have. A lot of people just look at, oh, the doctor says I can't have this, or the insurance company says I can't have this.
Right.
And there are ways to advocate for yourself for what you need, but you need to know you can, and you need to know what's out there. And we're hoping, as this group continues, to be able to do that as well, to provide more education about the resources, because you're not alone. And unfortunately, doctors, which are the only people come in contact with, don't have all the resources.
Right. Well, good. I'm hoping that you get a lot of information that is available for people to pick up, because right now what we're working on, and this is coming to mind while you're talking, I went to Lowell and visited their senior center, and they had a welcome packet for the seniors that they go door to door and give them, and it has a lot of information in it. We're not going to go door to door here. I think that'd be a much for me to ask the volunteers. I'd like to, but we've decided that we're going to make up a packet, and it's in an emergency bag where they can list the medications and things that they have. They'll keep the bag, you know. But the information that I see is usually on tables. They don't pick up. So I thought I would, fill this bag, and for every senior, we'll have a bag. When we see them, maybe we'll stand in front of Donlands and say, "Excuse me, are you a senior?"
That might be touchy, but
And then, different functions go to them and give these things to seniors. And so I'm hoping that when you have more information and it's in writing, that you would let us have that to put into these packets, because that's another way that if they get it in hand, and they have it at home, they'll look at it. But when they're passing through the hall, I've seen this, they're not going to stop at the table and pick up this information. I'd rather see them have it in this little package, like a welcome wagon thing.
Funny you should mention that.
We brought that up yesterday. Tina, you probably could talk to that.
That's, well, like you had all said, to start at the Council on Aging is a really good place to start, because anytime I don't have any information, I can call Joanne or Margaret, and Margaret can provide us with like the assisted living piece and the home care piece, because she's also connected with Right at Home, which services Littleton residents also. And Joanne and Emily have, being in marketing, they have access to all kinds of information that people want. And they also have provided us with numerous items to our seniors, like water bottles and flashlights on their keychains and all those useful things that remind them that Life Care is right there, and that they can call, and they can call me, and like you said, we're trying to put together this packet, which would be nice to have information on Life Care, because Life Care has rehabilitation, it has all levels of care. Is that right? Yep. Yes, it does. Yep. And River Court being assisted living, with the connection of the private home care through Right at Home, we could add that all to a bag and make a really nice bag, and we put in the file of life.
Yes. Yeah.
And we're all connected. All of this is all connected, because I was there at the meeting yesterday, and there were 6, I believe, of our residents from River Court in rehab at Life Care. So we all work together all the time. And you have a new medical director that I met yesterday at Life Care as well. So people are changing, but we did discuss a resource guide for the town of Littleton yesterday. That actually was Barbara from Emerson Hospital, Emerson Home Care brought it up. That just, specific for the town, and that's basically what we're doing.
Yeah, and this is what
for the town.
This is what this welcome packet is like.
Exactly.
Even if they've been a senior here a long time, even for me, there's not that I'm. Why did I just announce that? But anyway, for anyone that just put in this packet, take it home. At your leisure, you can read it, and you learn a lot of information. You're not going to pick it up by pieces. They're not going to do it. I've seen it over and over again.
And I'm thinking of Cooperative Elder Services, which is the adult day program.
Right.
And it's actually a separate private business. It's at River Court. But that's a wonderful, wonderful asset to the Littleton community. They provide transportation. I mean, people get picked up and brought to the adult day program 5 days a week, and it also has Medicaid funding. So someone that can't afford it can go free. And that's amazing. Transportation and daycare.
And the nice thing about Littleton is it's so centrally located. You have a choice of going to the West Groton Adult Day Health Program or the Social Day Program, which would be that you didn't need any medical care, and that's in Westford. And then you have in Concord another Adult Day Health Program. And depending on what side of Littleton, or look at the programs and see which one fits you the best. In Littleton, you are very fortunate because you're close to all of those programs.
You're absolutely right, and I feel connected to all of them because of Mother and the fact that she went to Chelmsford or wherever to
Westford.
She went there for adult daycare, I guess, in the beginning, and she went to River Court, and she was at Life Care. She was just
experienced the continuum.
She was a continuum of care. What I was having her do is test them out for me. She did a good
I want
job.
Barbara to design my assisted living room.
And that's it. And Barbara probably would be a great example of how she used the services so appropriately, even starting with our respite companion program, when you just needed a couple of hours so you could go to the doctors and just know that your mother was okay. And then from there, a more structured program. But what's nice about the Adult Day Health, the respite companion program, is that it also is employing some older people. It's like a stipend volunteer type of thing, but it gives them a little extra money when they get linked up with a family that they will, take care of somebody, not hands-on care, companionship care.
That's good.
A couple of hours while the family can get out and
there was Mom.
Not have to, not worry that something, their parent might need something while they're away. So it's a nice safety net, and that program's been going well.
Yeah, see, that's why I feel as though I'm so happy that she did go through all of those things, because I feel that now I can talk to people and say, now don't worry, you have your mother, this is what you do, and you start here, and if this is going to continue, then you go there, and then you go there. But so I do feel like I understand what you're talking about. I'm glad that, and I'm thinking that you have people of all ages on this particular board, which people my age have something to contribute to, because you know what you want to happen. You know what things you want to have for you. So young people are going to not be thinking that way just yet, but
we're seeing what the needs are and communicating that to each other through different agencies. We're seeing at my level at Life Care in Neshoba Valley where who's coming in for admissions for short-term rehab. It's a different population than it used to be. Who's coming in to stay for long-term care, who needs Alzheimer's care, what happens when they're discharged, what assisted living role can play, what council on aging can play, and talking with each other. We'll get a better feel for what's going on to help each other meet the needs for this changing climate, both economic, age, population, to really be able to help folks that don't know where to start, get lost in the process. It's overwhelming. It's a lot of information, and luckily, with my 14 years, you're 20 years.
I know. Joanne's actually been working a long time as well in senior care, and it has changed, where we discussed that yesterday too, is the change and who is seeking care. And that's why there's so many levels of care and so many choices. But how do you get that message out? And how do we get to that senior that maybe doesn't have a family advocating for them?
Exactly.
That's the other piece. Because if you have a family, they will dig and get the information. But there are a lot of people that don't have a family.
And they're also afraid.
And are afraid. Fear is huge.
Yes. Yeah, they're afraid. And they think that they're asking for a handout or help that someone else might need. I've seen that with the seniors too. It's like, oh, well, I don't want to bother anyone because, maybe I don't need it as much as Sally needs it or something. And you go, no, don't worry about it.
Exactly.
Accept it.
Well, I think that will change, because the greatest generation had not a lot of expectations of what they deserved.
Right.
I think when I actually, in 10 years,
the boomer generation
am the resident, I have a whole different set of expectations as to what I want. So, and I think that's where the whole care pattern is changing.
Yeah.
It's definitely changing.
It is, and
Yeah.
you know, the insurance companies have a big hand in it. Big topic yesterday was insurance companies.
Really?
And the impact that limiting lengths of stay and limiting, or people feeling like it limits where they can go or what services they can receive, and looking at how can we as a group even advocate to have the insurance companies looked at a little bit more closely. So we talked about that
Yes,
a
we
lot
did.
yesterday.
Oh, wow.
And to educate folks
Yeah.
how they need to appeal a process that happens with an insurance company. So I'm excited.
Well, it sounds like you have a lot on your plate.
We do.
And we actually have an elder law attorney, Nancy Catalini Chu, out of Harvard.
Yes.
Who happened to be able to make the meeting yesterday. And I think it's really important. I know that she used to, and I'm not volunteering her because I'm not sure she's available to do this, but she used to go to the Groton Senior Center and actually meet with the seniors. And actually, pro bono, she would just sit down and just talk with them to help them, guide them as to choices, etc. And I mean, I even look at, trying to think who's in the Goulds are in Littleton, and you know, to have legal days, say, at the senior center, and have a pro bono day
We
where
used
they
to,
come
I
in.
think.
Yeah, they all used to do it, and they stopped doing it.
And we had our forum with Pam Campbell and Live Independently, and she brought an attorney who came and did a nice, presentation, and talked about the importance of, wills and elder law specialists, and her
Maybe
name is-
that would be a good thing, like Margaret said, too, to do a little more, maybe not every month, but
Right, and I
quarterly.
think you mentioned that. I think during that you asked her. You said, "Are you going to be coming back on a regular basis?" And I don't think we've heard.
I'm always giving
back
away
yet.
stuff. Absolutely.
well, I kind of grab people when I see them.
Excuse me, but will you do that for free for us?
Yes.
And I think as a group, we're willing to do that. We're willing to go out wherever people need us and talk about, this is what's available, this is what's out there, please utilize it, this is how to work the system, get education before it's a crisis, before you need it, know what's available.
Well,
that was a big message.
Yeah, and I
yesterday.
think I'm pleased to hear you all sound so enthusiastic about it, because a lot of times the seniors are put aside. We're put aside because they're not going to ask for anything. We're not going to, if they're not going to ask, we're not going to give. And a lot of times there are seniors who will, there's a couple, like myself, would go out and ask. But I've seen others who, and I'm sure, Tina knows that they're afraid to ask, but it's good to have people who are enthusiastic, who will go out and say, look, we're here for you.
And we discussed this yesterday, that the seniors are not, if the doctor says you are being discharged tomorrow morning, that's it. You don't know that. You can say, well, wait a minute.
Yeah, I don't have anybody at home to take care of
we
me.
said, what are the key words? We're not safe. You're not safe at home. You can't just go home if you're not safe.
Right.
You could be an elder at risk if you can't walk, if you have no balance, and you need to go to rehab.
Right.
You have to advocate for rehab. You have
And
to
there's,
advocate.
and there's services out
Yeah.
there that are available to elders that are covered by their insurance.
Good.
But they have to be open with the information, and we also have to learn to ask the right questions.
Yeah.
So that they will say, you know what, I can't go home, I'm not safe, I can't walk, I don't have power because of the ice storm. We had all kinds of different
wow,
case
yeah.
studies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we need to ask the right questions, and seniors need to be open as well. Some seniors are afraid to give too much information because, they fear, they'll think I can't take care of myself and I'll end up in a nursing home.
Oh,
And
I
that,
know,
even
I know.
from coming from a nursing home, when folks need us, we're there, but if you don't need us, you don't need us. Stay
Yeah.
home, have services come in. It's the support that folks need that we want to make sure everybody knows about.
Yeah, well, I'm glad. Like I said, I can't say that enough. Because a lot of seniors, and you want them to get the best care. You kind of get, like there are more moms and dads out there, for once you start being with them, you think, I want somebody to take care of that person. So it sounds like if you know, you can get that information out there.
That's our
And-
goal.
Yeah, and if you do, I do feel if you can get some things in writing, if you can get them to us, we will try to put it in the packet and make sure that they get it. And you know, right now I'm kind of going door to door with, will you please put something in the packet that will be information for them, you know, because we just started this.
Yeah,
But I want to get them out as soon as possible. But with your information, if you're collecting and it's going to take you a while, we'll make new packets.
We have most of it together. We all belong to another group called the Liberty Alzheimer's Partnership, and we're an offshoot of the Alzheimer's Partnership. And in that booklet, we have a lot of the information about adult day health agencies, private home care agencies, Medicare. We have a booklet that we've already made that would probably be good to include too, because a lot of folks don't know where to turn, as you know, when you're experiencing somebody that has a cognitive loss, whether it be Alzheimer's or another form of dementia. I'm working with somebody else right now to prepare a new list for Emerson Hospital of providers in the area as well, so I am certain I can provide a list.
Joanne is the
I need 200
for Littleton.
tomorrow. No, but
Not sure I can do that.
But I keep telling everyone, 200 please, 200. We're starting with 200.
But I can, and you know, it certainly can be abbreviated, so it's you know, just more for Littleton. But we have a guide through the Alzheimer's Partnership that we've already put together. It's the Liberty Alzheimer's Partnership guide that has a lot of that information.
Wonderful.
And we can share, probably not 200 copies, but we can certainly share some copies with the Council on Aging. We're doing a revision and reprinting at this time, so and then we can break it down for your kids so seniors know it's available.
Be
Everybody
fabulous.
needs to know.
I appreciate it.
It's a
Now,
great
isn't there
booklet.
something that is coming up in April that you might want to mention?
There is.
Speaking of Alzheimer's?
The Liberty Alzheimer's Partnership is putting on a program. It's a book. It's called The Majesty of Your Loving, and it's a couple's spiritual journey through Alzheimer's disease. It's a beautiful book. It's less than 300 pages. And she will be there on April, I'm not going to screw up the date, I know, 29th.
Yes.
And it starts at 5:30 p.m. and it's at the Harvey Wheeler Building in Concord.
Okay.
And then the talk will actually start at 6. We'll have an hors d'oeuvre reception. It's an evening event, and she'll be doing a book signing as well. Folks might want to go ahead and look for the book earlier. I had to order mine from Barnes & Noble, so it's a pretty new book. The Alzheimer's Association also sells it. It's only $14.95 if you're a contributor to the association. Otherwise, it's $16.95. Beautiful, beautiful book, really about a spiritual journey through Alzheimer's disease that this couple shared together from start to finish.
I
Very
can
nice
imagine.
book.
I can imagine. Well, I have to tell you, I'm so happy that you came today. I felt like you had a wealth of information, and I'm hoping that you out there listened carefully, and we'll get these packets out, and some of this information will be in it. And so thank you, Margaret and Tina and Joanne.
Thank you.
And maybe sometime you'll come back with some other things that are going on. You know,
Absolutely.
you'll be upgrading, I'm sure. So, in the meantime, look for us again next month, and don't forget to hug a senior.